But our topic today is what you should know about companies who offer removal services for content published on the internet. And can you tell me a little bit about, what types of guarantees that companies who are trying to remove internet content for you, what do they typically tell you?
Yeah, you're starting to see a lot more of them, of potential clients reaching out like, company XY gave me a guaranteed removal, which is really cool in the sense that they're being honest and you don't have to pay them unless you're successful, which is how it should be. But the problem is these people want these leads. They don't want them to say, we can't remove this, but hey, we got other services called suppression. So it seems like they're trying to build a rapport, build trust by saying we can remove this. And they say they can remove anything. They never say they can't. So you get them in the door, you build a rapport with them, you waste 2 months of their life trying to remove something. Then when you can't, then they upsell you on the suppression service. It's a waste of time. There's certain things that can be removed and certain things that can't. And it's pretty straightforward. There's no magic bullet to remove a news article. The only way is you can file a DMCA, you can ask nicely, you can ask for a no-follow code, but there's no magic bullet out there that can just pluck out news articles. With complaint sites, there are. A lot of them are just extortionists. You have to pay them a fee. Some you can report to Google for extortion, and Google will remove that. Private information can be removed easily. But so there's certain things that we know that are removable and they are not. These companies know it too, but again, they just want you in their door.
So you mentioned a couple things there, like complaint sites. So you have a relationship with some complaint sites, they're extortionists. Then doesn't it really just become a matter of how much the company is going to mark up the removal?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and
you're better off. But a lot of these extortion sites won't publicly advertise that they'll remove something for a fee. They want to keep their integrity. So they go through third-party companies like us to create a buffer. So some of them you can reach out directly and they'll remove it. Some will say, no, we don't do removals, but they actually do.
Yeah. So in terms of like an advice for like an individual or a small business owner who they've got something published, whether it's a news article or, whatever it is, they want to get it removed. They go to one of these companies offering a guaranteed removal service. What should they be asking? Like, in addition to getting a price for that, what kind of questions should they be asking?
If it's a de-index or a removal will imply the whole page is deleted. A de-index means it might still exist, but it won't be found. So if you Google search that person's name, pages 1 through 10, it won't be there, but the page technically still exists. Essentially the same end result, just different process. And guarantees, how long they will guarantee it for. What if the person who wrote the complaint writes a new one? Is that covered or not? Because the person who writes the complaint might just do it again if they notice it's deleted. Those are all good questions.
And what about degree of certainty? I mean, if someone says, oh yeah, we guarantee we're only going to charge you, it's going to be $10,000 to take this article down. We'll guarantee it. You only pay if we get it taken down. If we don't get it taken down, you owe us nothing. But you've wasted, like you said, 2 months. That's probably a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, should they be asking for what's your degree of confidence that you can get this thing removed?
You should. That's a great question. Yeah, if they say 80% or less, I'd be skeptical. I mean, it's 50-50. They're just going to wing it. If they're 100%, who knows they're telling the truth, right? I think also a good question is too, what's the time limit? Because you don't want to sign a contract for 6 months and then you're kind of holding out hope, but at the end of the day, they know they're not going to be successful. So you should probably try to cap it at 1 to 2 months. In my experience, if you haven't gotten removed within 2 months, it's never coming down.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of different ways to get content off the internet, as we know, and I think we can probably break those down in separate videos, but this has been really helpful. I think if you're an individual and you have negative content on the internet, it sounds like most of the time suppression is the way to go.
That's the backup option, but usually the priority of removing it is just not possible. If it's possible, I know a way, but sometimes there's just dead ends.
Yeah. All right. Great. Thanks a lot, Matt.
Pleasure, Mike. Talk to you later.